Hello beer tubers and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of hoppets. Today, still in Rannes at Henrik, the general of Guze's place, reviewing some beers for our beer dinner. Henrik is cooking, so he's not on camera. The other guys are hanging out and drinking some beers, and I'm popping this one to share with them, which will be lovely because this is a Shara, because it's a Magnum. So I've had this in the cellar for a year, and I want more space in my cellar, and I thought, let's just pop it, even though this is so suitable for aging. So we popped it. But this is a bottle of ALS water from Tommie Sjef. This is a membership-only bottle. The original membership I was on was called Lily. The new one's called ALS water. Tommy recommended to age this for at least 6 months, and this has been aged for over a year and a few months. It was bottled on the 10th of June last year, and it's so that's 22. So it's a blend of 1, 2, and 4.5 year. Yes, wild ale aged in oak barrels. And Tommy says, although he loves experimenting, doing experiments with grapes and all these things, what he also really loves is these wild ales, where it's just the wild ale in oak over time. Me too. I mean, it's Guze really. It's inspired by Guze. It's inspired by that classic Belgian tradition, and that's something I love, and also the general of Guze loves. He really needs to be on camera. Maybe I'll ask him. No, he doesn't have time. He's stir frying up some bulgogi. We're having Korean food. I think this will be a good pairing. So yeah, this is 6.8%, 1 to 4.5-year-old wild ale in this blend, aged in different types of barrels. So pours out a very dark orange color, very mahogany, quite hazy. And I think that's because maybe I stirred up a little bit too much yeast in the bad boy during transportation. But yeah, I had it with me in the car. Fuck, I love lifting it. I need to get a Jeroboam at one point of something because it's so massive. Are you compensating for something, people would say? No, it's optimal for aging lambic and wild and whatnot in big bottles, magnums and whatnot, 750s, because there's less air, more beer. So there's less of an effect of oxygen in it with age. But yeah, beautiful orange mahogany, bright orange, rust orange maybe, not bright orange. Changing my mind all the time here. Couple beers in, maybe that's why. But yeah, it's a great color. It's hazy. It's got a white head. I was afraid that there would be no carbonation because this cork was completely soaked and wet. But it's also been on its side for the duration of cooling it, which has been over 24 hours. But it looks nice. Let's check out the aroma. Oh, wow. It really smells similar to Guze. Lots of woody oak. You can definitely smell there's older wild ale in here on the 4.5 years of age, because there's definitely like musty old funkiness to it. It smells much less sour than the Oud Bruin we just had. Much more balanced than the acidity. Lots of apricot, loads of stone fruit, creamy wood, vanilla. Tommy says Chardonnay type brightness and fruitiness, and I see that too. There's definitely some of that in there. Yeah, there's like bright vinous qualities. And I'm also getting a little bit of like dusty kind of woodiness and old kind of funkiness. It's not like heavy on funk, but it's quite well balanced. And I think that's because you get some of the old and young wild ale. A bit of herbal nuances to it. Maybe like a lavendery, floral kind of thing. It smells really good. It smells really, really nice. Let's try it. Cheers. Oh, oh, that is delicious. This is my jam. Like, I love the wild ales that are just straight barrel time with lots of funk. That's it. Much more balanced acidity. Blind, I would think this is a Guze of sorts. It is like similar to your golden blends and platinum blends. Maybe not as complex on the funk, but it's delicious. 1 year in the bottle did it well. Could for sure be aged longer. Very harmonious drinking experience. Lots of creamy, custardy, vanilla-y woodiness, interestingly enough. Lots of apricot, bright, singy apricot, lemon zest, verbena, lemony kind of vibes. Lemon verbena. A touch of lavender, touch of floral, caramel, a little bit of that too. Medium, but well-balanced funkiness. Dry, oaky, woody, tannic, vineyard quality. Loads of, he said Chardonnay. I can kind of see it. Sometimes in some Chardonnays, you can get like a buttery nuance. There's almost like that slightly buttery Chardonnay thing here. Beautiful. Oh, man. So oaky, too. And apricot-y. Wow. I should have maybe aged it longer. This is going to be great. I think this will be so good with this Korean food. Bulgogi, tteokbokki, and a few different things. I think it's going to be a match made in heaven. It reminds me of having uda. It reminds me of having, like it's just like straight wild ales that he's done with that are pretty much as good as Guza. I think I prefer like a golden blend or platinum blend, for example, if we're just talking about something with a bit of older lambic. But it's really good, and I think aging potential on this is massive. So if you still have bottles, I'd actually not crack it now as I did. I would wait a few years and see how it develops. I think he says 10 years of age. But I'm debating world class or not. Maybe, so I'll put it in a video if it changes, but I'm thinking 94 for now. But maybe sitting in the glass and warming up and we have a lot to try, it will change and I'll grade it higher. But right now I'm feeling like it's not as good like as a really good platinum blend or golden blend, but it's similar to something like that. Blindfold me and I think it was the Guza. But the balance of flavor, acidity, all that is so good. And that he nails it with, there's also salinity, like a minerality on the tongue. Yeah, he's really good at nailing a lot of the wild ales. Once in a while you get one that's also more to the sharp sour side, which is not my favorite, but a lot of people love that too. So there's something for everyone. I totally recommend getting Tommie Sjef. If you can get a chance to get a membership, do so because there's limited bottles. I have a bottle of his Vinchon barrel-aged wild ale and the new one, Traces, which is Buffalo Trace barrel-aged wild ale, bourbon barrel-aged wild ale. That's only for members. So there's some really cool bottles floating around, and something like this, which is also member only. Great. So yeah, 94 for ALS water. Freaking lovely. I'm sure the General of Gurza will love this. So if you guys had a chance to try ALS water, let me know what you thought of it. If you have a bottle, also a little bit of a jamminess to it because of the sweetness, apricot jam. But yeah, if you had it, let me know. Even almost strawberry. Let me know what you thought of it if you had it. As always, comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And ring the bell for future notifications about videos. And now I'm going to say cheers and delicious wild ale and see you guys in another beer review.